many times have you tried to make and break habits and you failed? All humans are lazy by birth. Our brains have evolved in such a way that they tend to spend as little energy as possible to perform a certain action. This natural laziness can be used to build or break any habits. The 20-second rule was given by Sean Aker in his book The Happiness Advantage. He discussed his own struggle with behavioral change. He wanted to practice playing guitar more often while reducing the amount of time he spent watching TV. However, like all of us, he encountered a problem. When he wanted to change his behavioral pattern, telling himself he will do it, it wasn't enough for him to actually do it. He recognized that he needed to disrupt his default behavioral patterns, otherwise nothing would change. He realized that whenever he wanted to play guitar, he had to first go to the closet, take the guitar out, and only once he got the guitar out, he could actually play. This process took roughly 20 seconds. But even this minimal effort required seems to be enough to stop Sean from playing guitar. After he became aware of this, he took out the guitar and put it in a guitar stand in the living room instead. Now, whenever he wanted to play, he didn't have to search from the closet any longer. He was able to pick it up with very little activation energy and play it. He also applied the same for his TV. He took the batteries out of the remote control and moved them in a drawer in another room. The next few nights, when he got home from the work and sat on the couch, he noticed that something wrong. He kept pressing on button on the remote, forgetting he removed the batteries. He didn't feel getting up and getting the batteries, as this would take extra effort. Instead, he picked up and played his guitar, which was within his arm's reach as days passed. His urge to watch TV decreased and playing guitar started to feel more natural. This simple and slightest intervention allowed him to change his default behavior. He writes in his book, "What I had done here essentially was put the desired behavior on the path of least resistance, so it actually took less energy and effort to pick up and practice the guitar than to avoid it." He says, "I like to refer to this as 20-second rule because lowering the barrier to change by just 20 seconds was all it took to help me form a new life habit." Okay, now how to use 20-second rule in life. There are multiple ways you can experiment with the 20-second rule. Just remember, you need to decrease the activation energy you need to do positive habits and increase it to the negative habits. If you like to minimize the number of hours you spend online, delete the social media apps on your smartphone or install a plugin for your browser that limits your internet usage. You can disable this plugin because it requires extra effort and activation energy. If you want to replace a bad habit like drinking alcohol after work with a better one, consider moving your glasses to another room in your house or leaving alcohol in another room. If you want to eat healthy food, you can throw out all the non-healthy food because eating already made and processed food is more convenient rather than cooking healthy food. At the end, we most of the time rely on willpower to do the most of the activities in our life. But the fact is that you can't solely rely on willpower. Another true fact is that most of our generation lacks willpower. Thank you for watching Improvement Secrets and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.